The latest from our daily newsletter at podnews.net. The Khaleej Times reports from the Dubai PodFest, which was held on Sunday at the Dubai Press Club. Over 200 podcasters attended, and the Arab world was said to have great potential for growth. The club also announced an agreement with Spotify, though no more detail was given. The New York Times says that misleading COVID-19 talk goes, quote, unchallenged on podcasts and on radio in the country. The article criticizes iHeart, Spotify and Apple. The Courier, an Austrian newspaper, unveiled the winner of their podcast awards. The Best Newcomer Award was Moment, a story podcast from Moment magazine. The first season tells the story of a small employee against a large corporation. And Pantheon Podcasts have partnered with AKG to send the same microphone and headphones to their network of more than 70 independent shows. It adds a cohesive sound to the network, co-founder Peter Ferrioli tells us. And in People News, Jasmine Aguilera is to join the LA Times as head of audio. She joins from New York Magazine's The Cut. It's a Monday, so time for some tech stuff. If you're looking for new podcast apps that use some of the newer podcast namespace tags, we've a list of them. Podnews.net/new podcast apps. It's filterable by the feature you're looking for if it's useful, and you can link to the filtered page if you'd like to too. There are now more than 1,000 channels in Apple Podcasts. We've discovered 293 paid subscription channels so far. Really curious how they're going. If you have an Umbral Bitcoin node, watch the App Store for a new app called Helipad. It'll give you a bird's eye view of your boosts and boostergrams direct from your Umbral. It's currently being coded by Dave Jones. And at Boostergram Corner, Adam Curry sent us 5,000 sats for our coverage of cross-app comments last week, which is kind of the Podfather, thank you. We made 42,160 sats last week. You can send boosts and boostergrams by using a new podcast app or by supporting us. And in podcast news, NPR's How I Built This is to have a version in Japanese, made by the Nippon Broadcasting System. The Japanese broadcaster also makes a version of Business Wars with Wondery. Former CNN and Fox News host Lou Dobbs has launched The Great America Show, launching with 6-hour-long episodes, all in capitals for some reason. And Spotify has signed a deal with Pedestrian.tv, an Australian youth publisher, to produce a daily news podcast. Pedestrian Daily launches today, delivering our spicy brand of news direct to our audience's ears first thing in the morning. And that's the latest from our daily newsletter. For all the links, we're at podnews.net.